Um, Today I will tell maybe very personal story how idea came and how we evolved with what I personally learned through that journey. Basically, idea is that we want to build medium for scent. So we have a photo camera, right? So you go somewhere, you take a picture, you bring, and then everybody can see. You have an audio recorder, you go, you record voice, and then you can listen. And we have idea to do similar with the scent. So, this device we call the scent camera or scent recorder. That could be very various use cases, starting from you go somewhere in Amazon, find some very unique scent, and then bring to your friends or relatives. Or this one use case. That can be for my personal use case. I'm traveling a lot. I would like to record scent of my girlfriend, and when I'm abroad, then I can release. And I think there could be a lot of various use cases for maybe each of us can find his own. But anything started more than 20 years ago. I think one important thing is behind this that I'm very curious as a person. And in 20 years ago, it was a magical year for me in that sense that in 1 year, I finished 2 programs. One was bachelor. I got bachelor degree in Stockholm School of Economics here in Riga, and I got a master degree in sociology. So, and I think it somehow shaped this idea as well. So, when I was in a sociology lecture, so we were asked to took one book and to start analyze and to make like academic analysis of the book. And I choose Patrick Ziskin's story of Perfume of Murder. And during that book, I found very interesting idea for me, which was fascinated, that there is a hierarchy of senses, that there is a mediums for sight, like photo camera, and then there is medium for hearing, there is an audio recorder. But we don't have, there are the senses, which is somehow, I don't know why, left out of any medium, right? And then I thought to me it would be very good that I would build it. And then I start going around, to my friends, which are very touch-oriented, even father of my friend who is a very serious scientist, and ask, is it possible to build? And he said, no, it's not possible to build, and etc. And I was a little bit covered, and I give up. And then I started to do in my life a lot of startups. I go all over the world. But somehow, usually, when we have a discussion, what I want to change in my life, I usually tell that story. One day, I will try to build that device. Even I don't know how, and etc. And I just met one Ukrainian girl, and we almost married in Kiev. Actually, I would live in Irpin if it would go through. But she always said me one thing, right? She said me, you need to go, and why you are not doing, only while you're talking, you need to go and to do something, right? And after 20 years, so what I did, I just find 100 chemists with PhD in LinkedIn and send them just very short messages. Okay, I have idea how to do it. Is it possible? If yes, how? 1/3 answer me, it's not possible. 1/3 answer me, it's possible, but in different ways. And 1/3 of them answered me the same way, right? And somehow lucky among them was one chemist from Latin University. And yes, and so it started. So we applied for LIA voucher grant, and we built it. But this is maybe next learning. But here, the biggest learning is, I think, never just be courageous and go and test your mind limits, and never just rely on herd thinking, right? Go and test, like even if it's very, opinion leaders and etc. Because actually, this could happen 20 years ago as well. So then we apply together with 2 universities, Latvia University and Riga Technical University. And it was the biggest learning here was because Latin University are good on sorbents and etc., but they don't know how to build engineering part. And Riga Technical University was opposite. So the basic challenge was how to make that they both cooperate on one project and we could apply for innovation voucher. And then we built it. It was quite a big suitcase. So, okay, we tested for cents, 5. Everything was good and seems very promising. And then we, of course, the next stage, okay, this is what we proved the technology works, but what could be done and how it could look like, right? And what users want. And then we work with the design company with 20 users to get understanding what could be the best way, what users expect. So actually, they don't expect big suitcase, right? They want a very small, even smaller than that. And they would like to only small number of buttons. One button is record, second is release, and then change intensity, right? And erase. That was what they want, right? Wow. And yes, after that, of course, we went to investors and they're asking me a lot of questions, whether you're sure you can miniaturize and what's the accuracy and who will buy it. And we understand that deeper and deeper we are going in very huge uncertainty. It's like a fog, right? Because you go one step ahead, but you don't know whether you can go through. And this was very helpful to do that due to the Norwegian grant program, because actually they help us to go small steps, step by step, okay, go through. So because for investors it's huge risk, they were scared, and etc. So now I will ask my colleague, and he will show how it works, and I will explain a little bit. So we would like to have 2 people, maybe yes, you and who else, right? Noviens, varbūt tu, Andrei. So we will show an experiment, right? So basically it's idea that we record scents in a chemical. It's called sorbent. Okay.
So you have to prove that it's nothing coming out of it.
Yeah, very weak.
Yes, so now he will try to use and record 1 scent, and we will ask what kind of scent it is to the users. Yes, and this was very, very, very helpful because, as I told you, the Norway Grants was very important in that way that they could help us to overcome a lot of huge uncertainty. What is important as well, because maybe it's due to my willingness to, and I don't like that people are discriminated or due to no other reasons, but at the beginning, I always want that this device could not be used only by a majority, right? And majority is like we can hear, we can hear, we can see, and we can touch. But there are other people who cannot do that, right? There are people who are visually disabled. There are people who cannot hear. And for me, it's very important that we build product for them as well. That's why we are cooperating. We have several testers who help in daily basis with us, and one person is visually disabled. Second is problem with mobility, so he cannot move all around, and then third is a little bit with mental. So we are cooperating not only with users like us, but with users with very visual, with various disabilities. What else? Of course, this project would be possible without Latvian investment agency, but without other partners as well. One is University of Latvia, because the biggest problem how to measure accuracy, right? So then my ex-colleague from University of Latvia, I was teacher and he was teacher, and he still is teacher, Juris Šilters, he developed for us testing methodology, and then somehow I met, very accidentally, I met one from Kai Müller, he's the neuroscientist, one of the leading consumer behaviorists and neuroscientists in Germany. And we start cooperating with him on various ideas. And he said, okay, I saw there an institute who would, we start thinking about grants, who would help us with scent and fragrance engineering. And they point out us to Porto University. And somehow lucky, this Porto University was those who are the strongest team in Europe, specializing on various adsorbents. Adsorbent is a substance where we record that.
Un kas jādara?
Kas tas ir,
Ah. Grūti pateikt.
Nākamais.
It's like in a Tesla presentation.
Ko?
It's like in a Tesla presentation.
Okay, Tesla presentation, yeah. So he will need a little bit more to record. So it was neuroscientists, and yes, so we got from Porto University who developing a sorbent. Then we are cooperating with lecturers from Riga Technical Universities who building engineering stuff, help us. And we are start cooperating with Norwegian University of Science and Technology as well in two ways. They develop us software for stent reproduction so that we bring into laboratory something. We bring into laboratory, we test it, we analyze, and they can replicate us. They can help us what we need to mix in order to replicate. And they are becoming our main partners for, and together with German University from Furtwagen. So we're writing a lot of Horizon grants, and we're writing Horizon grants for applying, for example, this technology for culture heritage.
Versace 58 piparmetru.
Okay, yes. Yes, so we recorded mint, right? Yes, and so... so, yes. Yes, so we hope that maybe in near future, so people will have opportunity to go and record scents. Thank you very much.
Thank you. There's a question, please. Yeah, welcome. 1 second.
I'm curious, guys, but how would you record the smell of your girlfriend?
I don't know, it's the same
Very
way,
practical
right?
question.
So? Yeah.
Very practical question.
Very practical question.
Basically, you take girlfriend.
I can answer it, okay? Very honest question, right? Yes, first of all, you need a girlfriend or boyfriend, right? Both works, actually. So it's, so I would say you need, there are several things which is very good. The one is that one is that one, and because you need to find the places which, yes, okay, it's a pump. So you put device, okay, in it. So we will automate that it will, because idea is that anybody, like it's like volatile organic compounds. Scents are volatile organic compounds which you have in your air, right? And then you can collect them. You can actually, you can capture with the pump, and you can send into cartridge here, which is storing device, right? It's like in a film, right? In a photo camera, you have a films, right? It's similar like here. The same thing, you close nearby, near the place which is more smelly, or which you prefer, because maybe you prefer more intimate place, that's okay. You can do this as well, if your girlfriend allows. And then you can just take us with a pump. Okay, we can capture it into the storage capsule.
Okay. Question for me. Do you find that this device can be developed in the future, that you could kind of recognize smells around with it? So it would record the smells, I don't know, of the perfumes, because sometimes you sit in a bar and you feel, oh, this is a nice perfume, you know,
yes.
The person next to you, but you don't know what is it. We have Shazam for music, maybe we could have Shazam for perfumes also. Just a provocative question.
Yes, I can say two answers on that. So basically, there is a lot of electronic nose, right, which is called technology, which actually not record actual scents, but which tries to detect. And there is a lot of things going on. They are evolving, but still these electronic noses, whether powered by machine learning or not, are not capable to detect all scents. They are tailored one, right? But I think maybe in 20 years it will be more possible, because it's basically about sensors. But our use case is completely different, right? So our use case is to find out very unique scents. Yeah. And to bring back to your nose, not to get data. What would be possible if you find some very unique nose, very unique scent? You can send us or to other laboratories. They can detect, and we can or anybody else can remix that, right?
Okay.
This is that direction we are going. Not so much we are not like there is the music detection softwares, right, in the phones. There are scent detection softwares, but it's a little bit other story.
Thank you very much. Thank you.